What's eating Philly Notion? What's going on, YouTube? It's your main man, Boys Life, coming at you with another video. Now, it is my favorite time of the year. It's Eagles Hate Week, and we're going to stick to real Eagle fans this week. You know what? I may throw in a surprise here or there, but today we're going after my boy Philly Notion, basically because of a video he put out this morning and the nonsense that he was saying yesterday. I mean, can you believe this guy? I mean, don't you know you never go full retard? Doesn't he understand that? You never do that, which is why I made a reference to What's Eating Gilbert Grape. You ever watched that movie? That's a great movie, by the way, starring Johnny Depp and Leonardo DiCaprio and a few other great actors and actresses. But anyway, Philly Notion's video, if you want to go take a look at it, basically talks about how the Cowboys are very fraudulent. The Cowboys offense hasn't done shit. We can't move the ball. We can't this. We can't that. But when you clearly break down everything, as you see in my overlay right here, Cooper Rush and Jalen Hurts both have 4 touchdowns, throwing touchdowns. Now, of course, we know that Cooper Rush he's not really much of a runner, unlike Jalen Hurts. And why does Jalen Hurts do that? Because he gets pressured in the pocket and he takes off running. And that's basically what he does. He's averaging 211.8 yards a game passing, which, I mean, makes sense when you only have 4 throwing touchdowns. Now, that's not far off from Cooper Rush. If you think about it, Cooper Rush is averaging 196 yards per game, which is just below league average, which is about, 15 yards less than what Jalen Hurts is throwing right now, and they both have the same amount of touchdowns? You're talking about who's fraudulent here. Cooper Rush is straight up a backup going up against this great defense that Philly's talking about, which they've played nobody. Let's be real here. They've played nobody. The Vikings, I get it, are 4-1, but that's not saying much when you have the Lions, who had through the first, up until week 5, right, had the number 1 offense in the league. Number 1 in rush, number 1 in yards a game, number 1 in points scored per game. Because let's face it, they were putting up 22, 23 plus points a game. Remember they put up 32 points against this great defense that is the Philadelphia Eagles? But yet we've played, and let's not forget, yesterday I was told that the Commanders have a high-powered offense. Oh, wait, going into the Philly game, they had a high-powered offense. But when Dallas plays them and shuts them down, oh no, it's Carson Wentz, and you know what he's about, giving the ball away and holding on to the ball too long. You know how fucking double standard that is? This is pure blasphemy. This is laughable. Laughable, people. Jalen Hurts has 6 rushing touchdowns to his 4 throwing touchdowns. And let's be real here. Jalen Hurts' 6 rushing touchdowns have come within, 2 yards of the goal line? Because let's face it, he's a strong quarterback. Lower body, strong, able to push the pile when it's quarterback sneak. No one's taking that away from him. So clearly, when you're on the 2-yard line, you're going to quarterback sneak and get those touchdowns. But let's put everything into context here, people. The Eagles have what? They apparently the Cowboys defense hasn't faced an offense like this yet, putting up over 400 yards a game. Jalen Hurts attests for 211 passing yards per game. And let's not make any mistake about it. Since week 1, A.J. Brown has been non-existent. Basically, there was one other game out of the 5 that he's come close to 100 yards. Devontae Smith has only touched 100 yards once. This high-powered offense, this crazy shit that all y'all are talking about? What? Didn't you I was told yesterday that the Philadelphia Eagles went up against a good Arizona Cardinals team who is ranked 32nd in defense. 32nd in defense. And the Eagles only put up 20 points against that team? Now, I get it. I'm not saying the Cowboys are world beaters. We're ranked 26th in offense. Ranked 26th in offense. But yet we're still finding ways to win. Now, granted, the Eagles are 5-0. Great, that's good for them. I'm happy they won last week. Because guess what? They're still feeling themselves. They're in their own head. You could see after the game, these guys were celebrating 5-0, 5-0. That's all they're worried about right now. The pressure's mounting. I was told yesterday that Quez is going to eat, that Devontae Smith is going to eat, that Goddard's going to eat. A.J. Brown's about to get shut down because of Trayvon Diggs is what I was told yesterday. Now, this is big bang, take little bang. Because remember, the Dallas Cowboys is one of the best franchises in the NFL, in sports, period. Worth over what was it, $5 billion? Something like that? I forget how much it was. The Eagle fans want to talk about we haven't done anything in the past 26 years. Bro, aside from your one Super Bowl in 2017, you haven't done shit. And don't tell me that you have 14 or 15 playoff wins, because then that means that just tells me you're just happy to be there. Which basically what it is all the time. You're just happy to be there. Us Cowboy fans aren't happy to just be there, which is why we're sour after every playoff loss. We don't go around sitting here saying it was a great season, at least this. Most of us real fans don't do that shit. But Philly Notion, you want to go out every year and sit there and spout off at the mouth and say that the Cowboys is fraudulent, the Cowboys this, the Cowboys that. Bro, this is the same dog and pony show you did last year and the year before that. And what happened last year when you talked all that crap and then you came into, well, you're from Dallas, right? You went down to Jerry World, sat there at the top of the bleachers, right? Well, I was down there watching the action. Down there behind the end zone, watching Jalen Hurts throw, 2 picks? Throw a pick 6 to Trayvon Diggs? Whether Devontae Smith slipped or not, that still was going to get picked off and still taken to the house. I don't remember the last time we lost at Lincoln Financial Field. Remember, the Dallas Cowboys own the Philadelphia Eagles. Remember, the Dallas Cowboys are the Eagles' daddy. And I don't expect anything less come Sunday night. What is it, 7:20 Central Time? This defense, it's for real. Whether you want to believe it or not, it's for real. Your bad game against the Cardinals, being stopped in the second, which y'all have a problem with scoring in the second half. Don't tell me y'all don't. You barely scored in the second half against the Vikings. You barely scored you didn't score in the second half against the Commanders. You almost blew it against the Jags. And then last week, Sunday, a couple days ago, you only scored 3 points in the second half. Basically, all we got to do is shut you down the first half, and we straight. We straight. But keep spouting off at the mouth. Keep talking your shit, because it sounds like you're trying to make yourself believe the shit that you're saying. I don't have to believe shit. I know what my team's capable of. And won't it be some shit if Cooper Rush goes in there, rides the back of the defense, the Dallas Cowboys defense, he puts up 2 touchdowns on offense. The Cowboys and the defense gets a pick 6, or a sack, scoop, and fumble, scoop, and touchdown. And we put up 24 points. Wouldn't that be some shit? While holding the Eagles to 1 touchdown and a field goal? Or 2? I don't give a fuck. But wouldn't it be something? Cooper Rush goes into Lincoln Financial Field and holds it down for the Dallas Cowboys. You want Dallas? You're going to get Dallas.